Hi, I'm Jimmy, and this is the tiny house we call the polkadot. It is 6.5 meters long in total, including the A-frame, not the YMCA frame, but the A-frame, 8.1 meters long. To the tallest point, it's 3.7 meters off the ground, and this part is 3.1, as you can see, curving roof. I'm currently in isolation on a wonderful property in the Sunshine Coast hinterland. It's about 15 acres of dry eucalyptus forest, and I've got friends about 100 feet this way of me, and then I've got some more friends 200 feet this way of me. We're not in each other's pockets, we give each other a little bit of space. We also look out for each other as well. And some of them are growing organic food themselves, as I am, which you'll see in a minute. I also have had solar power installed, you can see on the roof, and I've also been using this electric bike here from Ecotech. I've been getting to Maroochydore every day, which is about 25 kilometers from where we are in the hinterland here. But that's my ocean swim because I swim every day and I can't use any swimming pools at the moment. It gets me there in about an hour's time. It's a 3-hour trip there and back, but I love it. So I'm all kind of off the grid. Anyway, let's have a look at the tiny house. Follow me. Okay, well, let's get stuck straight into this. Let's look at the features of this tiny house. Right away behind me, you can see on the laptop, the security system. We actually have 5 security cameras on the outside, which I can look at from anywhere around the world, as well as ASIO and the NSA and the Chinese. I don't really care, not very interesting. We built this for older age women in mind, so we thought about security. That's why we're using CrimSafe as grills for the doors. We also have a rechargeable vacuum cleaner, which probably gets used more to vacuum the bugs off the ceiling than it does the mess off the floor. But it only takes about 2 minutes to actually clean the whole tiny house. Now, we are in nature. We don't have a veranda, so you really do invite nature to be with you. So in summertime in Queensland, we get a lot of bugs, and we figured out how to deal with them by sticking very fine mesh screens on our windows. We base this design on RV or luxury caravan design. We've got a whole lounge system with a table, and this also folds out into a single size extended single bed. This can also sleep 2 to 3 people comfortably. We also have an indoor hydroponic garden. We'll feature more about this in future videos. Down here we have a washing machine, full size. It's an efficient Fisher & Paykel. We also have the laundry sink over here, a full-size tub, which handles everything. It's a very smart choice. This is a 12-volt fridge. It's brutal. This is a great freezer. And then down here, it's a full-size fridge, almost as tall as me, Tom Cruise's height. We also have, just up here in the Wi-Fi cupboard, actually features a Wi-Fi broadband modem, which uses a SIM card from a mobile network. It features the Smart Homes Intelligent Hub system, and it also features the DVR for the security cameras. We also have a full gas stove and an oven as well. The solar power that we have features 2.4 kilowatts of solar on the roof, which is 6 410 watt solar panels. And underneath the lounge, which is just over here, of course, we have an inverter, a 4 kilowatt inverter, and a 4 kilowatts worth of batteries. And so far, we have managed to stay off the grid, which is everything, and also power an electric bike, as well as power a machine that literally pulls water out of the air. And it's called an air-to-water generator. And this model here is a 30-litre model, which actually pulls 33 litres of water out of the air per day. But there are also models that can pull anything from 15 litres, which is great for a tiny house or a caravan, 60 litres, 100 litres. In fact, we've got machines which can pull 20,000 litres. That's 20 tonnes of water out of the air per day. And if you're interested in those machines, I'll tell you a little bit more about them later. And we also have a rollout pantry called the Kimberley. And again, you can see all the crappy food that I eat. So here is just some of the design features we've got in this tiny house. So here is a look at the layout. There are 3 separate living areas. So a couple can live here and have a sense of privacy. All on one level, no bedroom lofts. We kind of think they're impractical, especially in Australia's warm summer climate because heat rises. Lots of safety issues as well. And I worked with this lady called Kimberly Palmer, who I met through a tiny houses meetup known as Tiny Houses Brisbane here in Queensland, which is run by a lady called Mel Sparkles. So basically we made this dream come alive. Let's just show you through the house. So the 3 living areas look a little bit like this. Walking now backwards into the bathroom, we have a full-size shower, as you can see. And around here in the blue corner, we have a composting toilet. Now these composting toilets are pretty hazardous to use in southeast Queensland, warm, humid climate. We had scuttlefly infestation over summer and it was not pretty. Oh, we have a full-size bedroom. This is Bruno Bear, the polka dot bear. He's sleeping on the polka dot bed. This is a full queen size bed. It's got cupboard storage space on either side and underneath as well. It's a full queen size bed. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, now let's talk to the Google Assistant so Spectre can listen into all my conversations and my ramblings and ravings. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 4:39.
Can you tell me a joke?
Why did the Scarecrow keep getting promoted? Because he was outstanding in his field.
That was a really bad joke.
I'll try to get better, but it might take a while. I have to do everything bit by bit.
Can you sing me a song?
Wash, wash, wash your hands for 40 seconds, please. Soap will chase the germs away so you don't cough and sneeze. Lather up your hands about a half a minute more. Get in between each finger, you can never be too sure.
Okay, Google, shut up. That's enough. So what you've just seen is a fairly advanced tiny house on wheels, or what we would call a self-contained living biome that is mobile. It generates its own power. It generates its own water. It composts its own waste. It also makes a little bit of its own food. And I think this paves the way for how future tiny houses may look. In addition, as to how tiny housing and accommodation may look in terms of building sustainable communities. We were going to be touring right now, but I thought we'd give you a virtual video tour instead. In the future, we've got some innovations coming up that will link all the aspects into an even more efficient ecosystem, which can reprocess the grey water into potable water. We can also have more efficient shower use. We can recycle even more of the organic waste and generate biogas. The current design is also 3.5 tonnes in weight, and it can be pulled by any top-range four-wheel drive. This is a prototype, so do understand this is a blank canvas that we've been playing with, and it hasn't been interior decorated. The next prototype will be a little bit smaller, leaner, and even more mobile, so it can be towed by a standard SUV. And we're aiming for an open source and universal design, which can be shared with everybody to enable tiny houses to be plugged into each other in order to make more space and also to connect shared utilities and community structures as we head towards building engaging, sustainable communities of the future within an ecosystem guided by responsible reputation accrual and smart contracts, kind of like Airbnb for tiny housing. We also have a smart lighting system which can be programmed to each room and light, and also recreate scenes like sunrises, sunsets, moods, and even some fireworks. And now, for those of you who haven't kept up to date with what we're doing, here's a quick refresher as to why the interest in tiny housing is growing. Tiny houses on wheels represent downsizing and minimalism. They also represent going off the grid. They're a lot more affordable and economic. They also reduce your environmental footprint. They save you money and save you time. They also can feature smart house technology and climate control systems, which are a lot more efficient because you're actually looking after a smaller space. They also have renewable energy. We put into them devices like air-to-water generators, solar, wind, rainwater harvesting can be done, biogas as well, and they're also easily transportable. So it gives you greater freedom to move. Go and experience life. Get out there. I will go into more details about this in the future. Now, my current circumstances are that I've volunteered to pay $100 per week for a place to park and also some basic utilities. Now, I don't have any debts. I own this house. I'm not paying a mortgage, and I'm not paying ridiculous amounts of rent. And I can affordably build more if I choose to for things like friends or a family. Like I said, this tiny house actually quite happily cohabitates 2 people and even up to 3. So if you like the polkadot tiny house, you can book it for your event, your school, university, open day, or even a mobile disco with a difference. We come with an incredible sound and lighting production system that can look after up to 500 people. We also have a series of activities and presenters who tour with the tiny house, presenting information on sustainable living, children's entertainment, movies, and documentaries. Go to the Tours tab on our website to find out more. If you'd like to learn more about our tiny house and the steps to go about buying one, or even building one of your own, you can contact us. We have set up on a trial basis a polkadot tiny house helpline, which is free by donation. Go to the helpline tab on our website. And if you'd like to join our discussion group on Facebook, look out for Tiny Houses, Tiny Villages, Polkadot Community. And if you'd like to find out more about the air-to-water generators, simply go to the air-to-water tab on our website. And thank you for joining us for this video tour of the Polkadot Tiny House. I have more information coming up about the detailed explanations as to how some of the technologies work, as well as more information about the sort of sustainable communities that we feel tiny housing can help facilitate and build in the future. Thank you.